We are FACEBOKKLIVE live on Facebook. Not Facebook, Facebook. A very amazing healing modality. I fucking love Facebook, man. Changed my life. It really has. So. Hello, people. Hello. Let's talk about my experiences and what I'm learning. The only thing I ever do is talk about my experiences, right? Kind of boring. Nah, not at all. Kind of exciting. Although this one's leaned towards my experiences as a divine masculine, so I can't speak on the divine feminine orgasming, for example, the Mantak Chia in regards to the feminine. Something I can't do. Very cool, and I do believe in it, and I do love. I love Taoist sex and Taoist everything to do with Taoist, and they get it. I mean, there's a lot of them interesting stuff out there, but Tao for me is one that I believe in, I practice, and it's very powerful. And I do believe in a lot of things, microcosmic orbit between partners. So I'm definitely experiencing microcosmic orbit in myself, which I'll talk about in a second. Very cool. I definitely believe in male full body orgasms. Very cool. Even though I haven't done a full body male orgasm myself, I'm getting orgasms in other places of my body, which is really fucking cool. And I've got some theories I want to test with you guys on how you can get from just like having an orgasm as a guy in a few places of your body, specifically through fore and anus contractions. But also, I'm wondering what's holding us back, what's holding me back from a full one. It's very cool to have it in one place in the body. It feels great, but I'm just wondering because my ego's like, I want to know how to do it in the whole body. I think it might be to do with letting go. Yeah, I feel that's one of my theories, that the reason why we can't, as a guy, do it whole body, like really go crazy, like women find it easier, is because women are more used to letting go, and men are more in ego, right? The divine feminine is more the right brain divine feminine, which women are predominantly, and we've got less though, well, especially balanced, but divine feminine energies is more present and is more flowy, like more present to the moment. And that may sound amazing, right? Oh, divine feminine, she's more flowing, present at the moment. Yeah, but she needs the steady ship of the man, doesn't she? The rock, to allow those energies to present themselves good and bad and flowy. So it is good. And it's definitely good in this case, by the way, for orgasming, because women know how to let go. And I think part of the reason where orgasms can go into very special places, and really special places, I mean soul shit. Soul orgasms, yeah? Complete dissolution of ego. Yeah, I believe in I know it, in complete dissolution of ego whilst you're having cosmic sex and microcosmic orbits and sharing between partners. I think women find it easier because they're they find it more easy because they're already tapped into their divine feminine more, and the flow and surrender is much easier for them. Whereas guys, we're more controlling, more in left brain, get shit done. Well, women aren't too. I'm just making a point. That's more our predominant state, and we struggle. And we've got all these associations. We're thinking we need to get gentle ejaculations are really cool, and being good in bed. We've got all these kind of preconceptions that stop men from doing even the basic shit I'm going to talk about, like just little mini orgasms in one part of your body. This stopping so many guys, because first of all, you need to believe it's possible, and it is very possible. Let me just check on the comments. Doing this from my laptop this time. Anita, yeah, this is awesome info, by the way, and this is easy because I'm not doing anything really that special. I mean, apart from being kind of healthy, but then that's my job and who I am and what I enjoy. So I don't think what I'm going to talk about is how to do it. It's very easy, really, very easy. Anyway, so how am I doing it? I'm practicing every morning now. The cool draw, although I want to practice, the cool draw is when you're not so aroused, but you arouse yourself a little bit. And then there's the Mantak Chia hot draw, which is practice where you can either manually arouse yourself or is practice for when you're with a partner, because obviously you're going to get aroused quite a lot with a partner, right? And that's normal, and that's okay. That's why I don't like brahmacharya too much. Like, there's nothing wrong. I'm a Western world guy. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to women and that kind of sex at all. And brahmacharya is like, no, chastity. I don't know. It's not for me. I don't know. Chastity is just another different ball game of complexity that maybe I'm too scared of. But this is complex too, what I'm going to talk about. So, well, complex and easy. So first of all, how to charge up. Semen retention is really important. I made enough videos on that. It's super important. It will build up sexual energy within your body. One of the biggest ways to build up testosterone and sexual energy, and they're both powerful, is semen retention and going on those runs. And even of 4 to 7 days, which sounds ridiculous, you know, but 7 days, yeah, after 7 days, you feel fucking incredible. And it builds and builds and builds and builds. And you'll flatline, but you'll be a higher base anyway. So that's where the sexual energy, you can play around with sexual energy when you start doing protocols like that. Or you put sunlight on your testicles every day, get in the sunrise, sunset especially, but also midday sun. You start doing that, what you're doing is you're charging up testosterone and sexual energy inside you. Another one is during massaging. Holy shit, massaging on your testicles, wow. That will get your sexual energy going. Now, once you've got your sexual energy built up, because A, you're healthy and doing those things I just mentioned, plus you're intermittent fasting, you're not eating too many bad foods, you're doing a lot of things, it's good, they'll build up the sexual energy. It should be easy for us in the health community to not have the case of what we call blue balls, where the sexual energy is high, but it gets pent up in a particular area. Blue balls is only there for people that are really unhealthy, and don't understand, another one that really does move the sexual energy around your body without trying to, it's yoga. Specific yoga poses a lot, but generally yoga, what it does is it eases up loosens up the systems that block your sexual energy from moving around. So it makes it easier. So when you want to, what you do is think and do some perineum contractions, then you can move it around, right? So anyway, yes, every morning I'm practicing the cool draw, and all I'm doing is I just read it from the Multi-Orgasmic Male, which is a classic book. I want to read more of them than Mantak Chia's book. But one of them is just, as a guy, you just put your hands on your testicles. Your hands full of chi, right? It's full of chi energy. And your testicles are a sexual area. So when you put your hands on your testicles, it kind of arouses you. Now, I don't say it arouses me to the point I get an erection, but it just warms up the testicles and it gets that sexual energy. So I do that for 10, 20 seconds. And I guess I'm aroused, but not really, because the piece doesn't get hard or anything. But I do that 10, 20 seconds, and then that's it. The sexual energy, which already should be high, and it isn't high in me, by the way, I've got high testosterone, semen retention, all those things. It's already high. It gets built up and then kind of aroused by that action, hands and chi and testicles. And there we go. From there, 10, 20 seconds of that, I can start the pump. I can do the anus contractions, the perineum contractions, right? Which is very simple and also a very powerful health protocol outside of playing around with sexual energy as a man or a woman. It's very powerful to practice anus perineum contractions for a guy or girl, even outside of this specific sexual energy. So you're also getting benefits outside the fact you're playing around with sexual energy when you do that. So that anus perineum contraction is very simply, imagine you're going to the toilet and going for a wee as a guy or a wee as a girl, and hold it in. So halfway, say you've got there's a desire, pretend desire to go to the toilet. Imagine weeing, and then halfway through, instead of finishing it, halfway through, hold it in, push it up. There we go. That's an anus perineum contraction, and that's it. Practice that, and that's one anus. Hold your pee in. Cool. It lifts up the whole trunk of the body from the, what is the word for it? Sacral chakra, but I was thinking of the sacral bone. Is it the one that's the pelvis? Anyway, so yeah, I do that. 10, 20 seconds. Warm my testicles up, the cool draw, sexual energies in there, and then the anus contractions. I'll do one, and I'll start pumping in a rhythm, the anus contractions. And I do this rhythmically, so I don't have to think about it, right? And what I do whilst I'm doing these anus contractions, I go, not like that, but that's the pull up and out, to relax, pull up and relax, relax. And I'll get in automatic mode with that. And the reason why I get in automatic mode is so I can now use my brain and my thoughts to amplify the sexual energy, which is already being pulled up. It's been aroused, it's being manually pulled up by the anus perineum contractions. And now, because that's on automatic and I'm on a rhythm with that, I get into a rhythm. I now use my brain and my mind to send to amplify the semen, the sexual energy, which is going up. So I'll start randomly to get my legs shaking, for example. And then I'll be like, oh, cool. There's like a shaky feeling, and it's a shaky orgasm. It's kind of cool. Not hardcore as you think, but it feels good. It shakes. I'm like, yeah. So then as soon as my legs start shaking, for example, when I'm doing the anus contractions, and the anus contractions are on automatic, I will focus in with my mind on the shaking in my legs. And what that does is it focuses sexual energy even more. So the sexual energy is being moved around from the penis and testicles now to the legs. It's all around the body really, but it's shaking my legs. So there's an orgasm going on there. I'm like, cool. Use my thought to amplify it. And then a couple of seconds later, for example, it'll go to my arms. I'm like, okay, so I focus on, so whilst my arms are starting, I can feel the sexual energy go around my arms and it feels really orgasmic, really good. I'll start thinking of my arms too. And then I'll try and think of my arms and my legs orgasming at the same time. I feel like I'm imagining the sexual energy orgasming. So then instead of focusing on just the arms or just the legs, now I try and focus on both. And then I might, whilst I'm doing that, I might get distracted and I can feel a little bit of the sexual energy go into my brain. And it does. Whilst I'm trying to focus on other things, my mind wanders and the sexual energy is now in my brain. So then I'm like, okay, my mind's wandered. Now the sexual energy I can feel in my brain. So then I focus in on my brain for a little while. And then I try and do my arms, legs, and brain. And then I've heard about the Kundalini syndrome, getting stuck in the head. Your sexual energy as a guy, as a girl too, I guess. And what I'll do is I'll imagine it going. I put my tongue to the roof of my mouth and I imagine sexual energy, which I know is already in my brain because I feel it. It feels really good. I'll send it down to my stomach, just in case, because I don't want to get Kundalini syndrome. I don't think I would. I'm not that kind of person, but you never know. I always make sure that and then I imagine, like in the pictures of the Mantak Chia book on the front cover of many of his books, that microcosmic orbit, as a man, I imagine the circulation going around. And then I'll do that for like a minute of anus perineum contractions, noticing the shaking in my arms and my legs, the orgasming, which is pretty cool, and in the brain, and then I'll stop. And then I'll rest for 20 seconds, rest. I'll let the body do its own thing. The sexual energy just move around by itself. And then I'll do it again, go for round 2. And I do this every morning. But just about half an hour before sunrise, I'll put my hands on my testicles, 10 to 20 seconds. And then that's warmed up the sexual energy, cool draw. And then I'll go again, anus contractions for a minute, and see where the sexual energy is at. And then I like to notice and feel out, where's the orgasming happen? Does the orgasming happen more easily in the arms and legs, more powerfully as I go through? And I do like 5, 6, 7, if I got time, 8, 9, 10 rounds, and it's fucking fun for half an hour. If I got time, it's quick, 10, 15 minutes. It's fucking fun, I'll tell you now. And I'm trying to notice effects of, does the sexual energy get easier, is orgasming more deeper? And I can get it very easily in the arms and legs. That seems to be very predominant in me. The brain one's a little harder, but I can still get it. And it's very cool for it to sit in my brain. Now, when it goes to my arms and legs, it just feels very cool. But when it goes to my brain, what I notice is I start getting sharper. My memory, this is one way I know, this is not just orgasming for the sake of it's an orgasm and it's fun. This is different. This is orgasming because it's medicine. It's actual medicine. What it does to my brain is it makes me recall memories of things that I thought I'd forgotten, like first-time memories of childhood, things that just pop up, really happy memories of traveling. All these kind of weird things happen when I'm doing this, when I'm thinking about the sexual energy going to my brain, as well as feeling that there's an orgasm in my brain. It's hard to explain if you've never had them. It's very hard to explain. It just feels like an orgasm that you'd have normally as a guy from genital orgasm, but it's in a different part of the body. It feels lasts longer too, and it's more subtle to me at this stage of my journey. It might be more very pronounced and like riding a valley at some point. I hope it to be much more deeper, but the time being, it's very subtle and pleasant, and it's definitely an orgasm that I'm having in the brain, the arms and legs, and it feels brilliant. The arms and the brain shakes too. So this morning, my brain started shaking. It's like my arms and legs normally, they're the predominant ones, the ones that the sexual energy medicine finds it easy in myself. I don't know. I think it's different for every guy as well, but my body finds it easy to get in the arms and legs. But now I'm starting to do it in the brain too. I can feel that. Like I said, the memories come back. My brain is sharper. I'll start getting random memories pop up, and they don't normally happen unless I'm really healthy and like fast and deep. So it's very strange to witness this sexual energy. That's the reason why I do it. I don't do it for the sake of, oh yeah, this feels good, I'm orgasming. No, I'm doing it because of the medicine that's being passed around inside my body. Like I'm drawing medicine from within. It's my belief that sexual energy medicine is very powerful, and it's not just it's creation and creativity. Ooshk. Not just creation, it's for guys, it's creativity, your creativity. It makes my brain sharper when I send the medicine up and have an orgasm up there. It's fucking cool. It's cool as fuck. And it gives me extra energy. I'm getting much more energetic now that I'm doing it in the arms, legs, and the brain. I'm sending it all around, and it's sitting there in the brain. It's making me much more sharper and energetic during the day. When it goes into my legs and arms, I'm like really fucking, whoa. And when it gets to my brain, I talk 10 times faster than I normally do, and I already talk fast anyway. So yeah, it's a bit scary. Not really scary, it's fucking cool. I love it. And yeah, I do that every morning. I'm gonna start practicing at odd times. I'm still trying to work out a few things, iron out like how I can get to these valley ones, more deeper ones, more major ones. Is it is what holding me back from whole body orgasms, the fact that I don't want to let go. I feel like it is, and I'm very much in ego, which is okay. It's just where I come from. I think we all are as guys, but particularly me, I'm rigid and I'm scared of the unknown. I think to have that as an orgasm as a guy, the whole body, to lose control and shake like that, you need to you need to learn to, you need to be ready to let go of what you think you know and not hold on so tightly, and the ego doesn't want to let go. So I'm having this is why I'm having little bursts of it in the arms, legs and brain, but not fully, I think, because I'm too in that stage of my journey where I'm scared of letting go. But that's okay, because I can teach off what I know. Because if I can do this little shit now, so can you. That's the whole point of them. I'm very interested too, like in how women can do them. I find them fascinating from a geeky point of view now, like orgasming and what makes it easier for girls to do it than guys. And definitely for women, it's more easy, it's internal, and I feel like there's more surrender and more honesty there. Whereas guys, there's more. The first thing guys need to understand is the idea that it's not all about your genitals. It's not all about expulsion and out, and you literally lost your medicine. Bye bye, bye bye medicine, bye bye healing, and bye bye health. Like when you piss your urine down the toilet all the day, by the way, guys, and you're not using that. It's the same. I look at them the same. When if a guy is pissing anyone's pissing their urine all the time down the toilet, that's really stupid. Well, same with guys and genital ejaculation. That's a really stupid fucking move. And when you start experiencing these mini stuff going on, in fact, I've got it in my legs a little bit now because I did some anus perineum contractions outside at sunrise. And didn't arouse myself either. I just had my little willy out to the sunset, and stood there and did some anus contraction pumps without the thought though. So I'm messing about with thought. Thought definitely amplifies it, you know, definitely. But I'm doing it without the thought, and I can feel I can feel my legs a little bit. It's hard to describe. Nice little pleasant sensation legs, little mini orgasms, not serious shit like you see when a girl's like completely losing control. But it's nice to have these pleasant things. And the most important, like I said, is there's medicine going in there. And I believe that sexual energy medicine, by the way, as a guy, when it passes around different parts of your body, it detoxes you. So it's sexual energy medicine. If it goes to the brain, it detoxes the brain. It also brings back my memories, and now I'm really super fucking sharp. Enhances the function of that organ, in a basic way of saying it. So whatever that organ does, it enhances the function of it. So when it goes to my arms and my legs, what do my legs do? My legs are the ones that keep me exercising more, keep me moving around. So now I'm really energetic. When it goes into my arms and legs, my whole body's energetic. Another one I could talk about is prostate kidney ones, which I was doing loads of, which I need to get back to. I was doing them automatically after yoga. I could talk forever on this subject. There's a couple of yoga poses that I know definitely as a guy, you don't even need to do any cool draw or warming up or anything. If you do the certain yoga poses for long enough as a guy, and I'm sure it's not just my vessel that does this, it makes sense of what I'm thinking. If you do certain yoga poses, you can get prostate kidney orgasms, which is fucking cool too. And I used to, by accident, without even realizing I was doing them. This was last May, and I've not been able to replicate it. And I'm trying to replicate it because I'm one of those people that I'm very logical, which is probably why I can't full body orgasm yet. I'm too logical, and I'm not going with the flow and the surrender. Divine feminine rules in that way. They're much better at me than me going with the flow. But that's okay, because at least I can teach as I slowly learn to let go and help other people with what I can do, which is fucking cool right now, which is the orgasming of my other parts of my body. Also my spine too. I can get it around. It's going around the whole body. It's just not in the amounts to make it a full body orgasm, in my opinion, or to make it really like a valley, kind of like one high cycle, flat line, high cycle. So I'm not doing enough of that, but enough to make I can feel it there reverberating my brain. It feels really tasty. In fact, whilst I'm talking to you, I can feel it a little bit in my brain. And I didn't do the thought this sunset. I didn't do the thought when I was just doing the perineum contractions with my willy out to the sunset. The red light therapy does something very powerful, by the way, to your sexual energy. I think that's for women as well as men. But yeah, I can feel it in my brain and my legs, not my arms. But and right now it feels quite good. It feels quite tasty. It feels quite sexual. But this is not sex at all, is it? Weird, isn't it? It can feel sexual, but when I was doing anus contractions, I wasn't thinking sexual thoughts. My penis wasn't aroused. I don't feel like I'm not aroused right now, but I'm having these like reverberations of orgasms in my brain. Feels good. Not gonna lie, and it just makes my brain sharper. Like I said, it's not really the focus of like, oh yeah, orgasming, cool. Yeah, feelings are good, but it's what it's doing to what I really care about is what it's doing to my organ functions. So wherever the sexual energy is sent, it can be used to heal and amplify the vessel. I love the brain one particularly because I love my brain to be super sharp. I love that one, and I love having high energy. So I love it in my arms and legs too. And yeah, it's crazy. I want to get really good at this area of focus, really good, and I'll keep practicing. And the what's to come is the big draw too. I guess I'm going to have to work on getting to that point of edging and practicing edging for the sake of, so that when so when it comes to the real thing, you can actually not. The whole point of edging and that stuff is to really dump a high load of sexual energy medicine around the body, but also so that you don't end up. You've got practice, so you don't end up busting a nut. Because if you're not practicing this shit, what happens when you're with a woman that you love? You're going to end up busting your nut, isn't it? More than once, until you make a lot of mistakes, and that's something I definitely fucking don't want to do, and I don't want to teach other guys to do that. I don't care how loving the relationship is. No, this is my opinion. I don't care how loving your relationship is, how much you love a person. You're an absolute idiot for your own fucking self and for your own fucking woman, by the way, if you're constantly ejaculating out of your penis all the time. Yeah. Ooh. That's polarizing. Yeah. Only because I love you, I'm saying that, by the way. Because I love your health and happiness, and your woman will love you more too if you're fucking being high vibe and not fucking losing all that shit because you think that's love. No, that's not love. That's not microcosmic orbit. That's loss of seed. Yeah, anyway. Thanks very much. I might change my opinions of anything I'm going to say, as always, as I journey. But I know I'm right, by the way. So I know I'm right with what I'm experiencing. So I look forward to sharing more information on this really important subject of sexual energy medicine for guys and microcosmic orbit for women, for partners. Mantak Chia is right in his stuff, and Taoism is a great one. I mean, there's other ways, sure, but Carezza, yeah, it's okay. Not complete loss of energy for a man to do slow sex and eventually genital ejaculate, and some of the medicine will be preserved because he's taken his time, and some of it's gone back in, some of the sexual energy, before he loses it and busts a nut. That's another key important issue. Yeah, busting a nut is a fucking stupid thing to do, but you can lose way more if you rush into it as a guy and get it over and done with in 2 to 5 minutes. And what do most guys do? Oh, they bust a nut in 2 to 5 minutes, and boom, they're fucking done. Yeah, that's pathetic. Not in terms of it's actually a joke and funny. I mean in terms of your health. That's like, Carezza is way better than that. Like, at least some of it goes back in when you take your time and don't bust a nut and really enjoy yourself and, pleasure your partner and shit. But yeah, there's levels to the game. I'm learning. It's really fucking exciting. Right? And by yourself too. Now we got no excuses. Mastery starts from by yourself, but you practice with somebody else, isn't it? You always start by yourself. Yeah, that's how any journey starts. You learn to be happy for you, and then you can think about other shit like practicing with a partner. You don't practice with a partner without loving yourself, because that's not a fucking real relationship, is it? So yeah, anyway, peace, and thanks for watching. How to turn these off? Oh yeah, okay. Peace.